What's up, teammates? As you can tell, another one off location. Uh, it's been a minute. That's why I'm off location. Uh, but I had to find a way to get at least a couple of moments off to talk about the press conference. And you know what? I think Pete Carroll gonna be all right. Now, I said from the beginning that I want to get a quarterback. I mean, a head coach who had experience. But Ben Johnson was the hot thing, and I thought Ben Johnson's offense would fit Aiden O'Connell, and that's why I wanted him. Uh, but it didn't work out, and we ended up getting Pete Carroll, who really what I wanted was experience, but Pete's age is something that comes into it, but it's not really a big deal, especially watching the introductory press conference. Not that he looked extra spry and that's why, but I mean, of course he looks spry, but he looked hungry. That's what was good about it. He looked like, oh man, why did I stuck away from this? Now I remember why I love this game. Like maybe for a second the love left a little bit, dealing with the ups and downs of being in the pro game. But it looks like with him, he feels like he's reborn again. The way he was talking about his year off and how that affected his out view for the future, and still living and learning. You know what I'm saying? Still coming up with new concepts, and bringing what he knows to the game. And you know, my my favorite part about him is my favorite part about any type of coach is not working on a scheme, but working with who you have. And he was all about that. He's all about competition and working with who you have to put those people, you find out what they do best and put those people in position to succeed. And that is what I believe the best type of head coaches can do. That's what uh, I believe Marty can bring to the team. He's turned teams around before. There's no reason to think he can't do it here. Um, the game managing really is going to be the big difference. That's something that we haven't seen in a long time. I mean, since shoot, I guess Gruden was a good game manager. He was experienced, but since then, Versace and McDaniels and Pierce especially. I like Pierce, but his game management skills was terrible. And I believe that's actually what lost him the job. Now I go back and look at things. I think there was more stress between Telesco and Pierce than people let on. Just the way everything went down, it seemed like Antonio Pierce would have had some type of annoyance with Tom Telesco for him feeling like Telesco pushed him in a certain direction, because by the end of the year, AP was like, I wish I'd have gone with my gut and started Aiden O'Connell, which means that he was upset that he made the decision that Tom Telesco asked him to make, and I'm sure that had some type of effect. Had to make everybody feel some sort of way when they're in the situation. But you know, anyway, that's just there. That's part of the reason I think that Pierce is gone, just because things went kind of aloof. I seen probably between he and uh, not Dave Ziegler. What's that fool's name? Tom Telesco. So I think that everybody was okay with washing that up. And I think that whole thing about we'll judge them separately is because I think that there was that distance, and you want to say, look, we're firing you both. on the same day. It was like, look, you're fired. We have a problem with him, so we fired him. By the way, you're a problem as well, so you're fired. And it went something like that. So back to Marty and who I now that he has a job and his game managing skills. That's what we're going to be. That's what we needed most anyway. That's where we're going to improve the most at. Just that is going to make us a much better team. Because we could have won games if the game management was better, just a little bit better, giving them extra points when we didn't need to, going for it on the wrong downs, not pinning them back, or being not being aggressive enough or too aggressive. You got to understand what times to do that in the game. And even if you don't know when to do it game one, by game 16, you got to be much better at it. And Antonio Pierce, he did not get much better at it. I think ultimately that's what cost him the job. So it's good to have Marty Schottenheimer here just because at least we know he knows how to game manage. He knows personnel, which will be interesting for us now to see what he's going to do for his personnel. Now it's time to start speculating and listening and try to analyze what he's saying and what they're looking like and what they're feeling about. Now I can get involved because before, all everybody had was information, and I don't have any information. I watch like Sanjit and All Aboard Raiders, and them dudes know all the names of all the GMs that were up for the position and all the OCs who are up for open positions and from which teams. I was like, damn, what do I bring to the stage? I sure don't bring information like that. But what I bring is, I guess, analysis. That's really all I got. Analysis, my personal point of view, and every once in a while I come at you with some numbers. But there has to be something to analyze before I can come through with anything. So right now, I analyze Pete, and I saw he's hungry, he's happy, he's ready to work at it, and I think he wants to be down with the Raiders franchise. I seem like everybody who comes around and wants to be the Raiders head coach when they are the Raiders head coach, but it seems like he has he's happy to be back coaching. He's always liked the Raider franchise, and the combination of the two makes him excited. That's what I got away from his press conference, and he's really anxious to get back. He really was. You can see during the press conference, he was happy to answer questions. He was giving attention to the people who were asking questions and trying to identify them individually to get them to raise their hand so he knows exactly who he's speaking with. Or because you can be generic about it and not care who asked the question and just answer it, but it shows his willingness to be interaction to be interactional. Is that it? I don't know. We'll go with it. And so that's just shows how he's hungry. He's ready to get involved. He wants to get to know the team. Maybe he's trying to get to know the people around. He's ready for it all to come through. And the general manager sitting next to him seemed like he's ready to roll with Marty's vision. He's I like when they started talking to him about football and about Marty and how he respects Marty. And he said, yeah, I've always respected Marty. I respected most his commitment to run, his ability to get strong defenses, and protect his quarterbacks. So, what does that mean for us? Let's speculate. I think we're going to draft a running back, but maybe not first round. But we're definitely going to draft a running back, second round or third, no later than third. And I don't care who's the general manager. But from hearing what they said, makes me think that they're going to want a quality running back. And we don't have a quality running back at all. At all. I mean, Sincere McCormick did a decent job for a minute till he got hurt. And but no one's done like a hell of a job. They've had decent games each individually, but not none of them had shown a body of work that would say that okay, we got ourselves our starting running back right here. So I think they'll be out there hunting for that running back. Uh, Hopefully, I don't know who's available as a free agent, but we're such a young team that I think staying young with a major position like that, as in running back, it'd be a beautiful thing to start bringing our a young offense together, mixing it with the experienced defense that we have, and then having Marty Schottenheimer putting in the O coordinator and, you know, remain with Patrick Graham as a defense coordinator. I don't know what type of the conversations they've had about the situations, but hopefully Patrick sticks around because the guys like Patrick. Uh, it's time for guys to sign up. Contracts is coming up. Free agencies. They're going to want to know, especially our top defensive players, who's going to be their defensive coordinator. And I'm sure they'd rather know sooner than later. And definitely want to know before they sign. No, I would assume. But Patrick Graham doesn't have a job right now. He hasn't accepted a job right now. He has a job. He just has to accept one of them. But because we're here for him and he accepts our job, great. Actually, he did miss out on the two head coaching job that he had a chance at. So, but he still, I guess, has that offense coordinator or defense coordinator job, and I guess Cincinnati offered him one. But can't nobody offer him more money than Mark. So if we want him, we keep him, and that's what we got to talk to Marty about. I hope he keeps him because our defense is not our problem last year. Our defense did a great job. They going to do an even better job next year because our defense did a good job later in the year last year. Ended up getting us a couple of wins with one of the quarterbacks, but you know, late in the season, the defense still performed. So if we keep uh, Patrick Graham, then I feel like that's better for the team because that part stays familiar. You know what I'm saying? Especially for the defense that we have that we want to be the focus of our team. You know, hopefully Marty and Pat can get together and be like, yeah, I understand each other's philosophy, and you know, I appreciate what you do, and you know, hopefully you stick around for me, and here's some paper for you. That and he's finding an offense coordinator that does what he wants him to do, and and he has quite a few choices, I'm sure, that he can pick from, and it's just a matter of figuring out exactly how they're going to run that offense. And if they really do want to commit to the run, then what do we do in the draft? Because if the head coach likes to run and play defense, and the general manager says, I like this head coach because he likes to run and play defense, I'm assuming we're going to get somebody who can run the ball, right? I'm also thinking Mari Schottenheimer is going to want some DBs or linebackers. I'm looking. I'm thinking he might use his his talent scouting ability to come up with a couple of good cornerbacks for us. Because it's not like Ja'Cory Bennett sucked, and we all love. I mean, and I love Jack Jones. I know he gets beat, but his job is to take chances. Sometimes he takes bad chances, and he has to learn how to get that mix. But he's still talented, and that doesn't mean that we can't get somebody better, right? So Mari Schottenheimer, apparently, he's a good scout. So we'll have an interesting draft to see. We'll have to listen to more of what they say to see what angle they're trying to take. But, you know, from what I've seen and the way they starting out from jumping for how the press conference went, they're going to want to run the ball, obviously, and they want to hold the defense down. And I think the best way to hold the defense down would be to keep Patrick Graham. That's what I see. Uh, I don't see why anybody else would see it differently. I mean, unless there's like a serious clash of personalities, there, I don't see why he wouldn't just keep what he has in place and get himself involved in it instead of changing it, everything and becoming what's going on. But we'll see how that works out. I hope. Well, it doesn't really matter. Our defense is going to be together, so we'll be solid with that. And on the side note, Max was at the conference, and yeah, so it got me to thinking about other people bringing up Max's name and what is he doing and what is his plans for off season. He has no guaranteed money, and are we going to trade Max and all of that? My belief is this: Max is never not going to be a Raider. I know I've said in other videos if he decided that he had to go to get a ring, I would understand, but and I still would, but I just don't think he's ever going to do that. I think his Raiders are bust. The reason I think that is I just feel like Max said he's excited for the offseason. And I don't think he's excited to see where he ends up. I don't think that's what that is. I think the way I see it, the way it looks like to me, the way I hope it is, and the way that it very well could be, is that it's Max time to go out and find his money. You know, talk to his agent, tell his agent to talk to other people, say my money's not guaranteed here. You know, there's no reason that I have to stay here. If you guys want to offer me that cash, we can, have the agent go around and say, Max is available. You see what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And get out there and, get his numbers, see what the offers are for him. See how high can he get an offer. And my feeling is that he go out there, he hunts around, he gets an offer, he comes to Mark, says, well, this is the highest offer I could find. And Mark says, all right, well, here's 7% on top of that, and you just stay here. That's what it looks like to me. Just go figure out how much money you want, and then come here and I'll give it to you, and then I'll give you a little tip on top of it. Because Matt and Mark look like this son. They always have a chance to be, whenever you see them having a chance to be with each other on a camera, you see it happens a lot. It's not like they're doing it for the cameras. They're both in the room a lot and they interact with each other a lot. And it's handshakes and half hugs. You know what I'm saying? Or it's not just hand distance and high talking to you. They're involved with each other as far as I see, and I think that involvement with the owner is very important. And there's no reason to leave if you know and trust your owner. And there's no reason for Max to not trust Mark. Do it like a great end. And knowing that Mark is doing everything he possibly can to win, Max, I think, could do nothing but support that. To look at your owner and see how hard he's working to get it to go right. And knowing that, hey, things aren't going to go right instantly each time and there will be setbacks. But it seems like the longer that Matt and Max and Mark have been together, it seems like they developed a certain type of friendship type of bond, perhaps, in my equation of what you see of their interactions. Of course, that's just on TV and you know, and what they say in interviews, but it seems genuine. And with that being said, I believe that Max wouldn't go anywhere, and he's just out there looking for the money, see what how much he can get, and then we just give him more, guarantee it, and we continue on. But I'm going to choose to believe that that's the way it is until I fear it's something else. Until something else comes to my attention that makes me feel, oh, this may not be the way. So I'm feeling good about Max being here, and I'm sure Max is probably feeling good about Marty Schottenheimer being the coach. Uh, Experience. His experiences was going to make Max Crosby committed. I mean, committed to the program that he's bringing in, Marty's bringing in. Max is always committed, I'm just saying, to the program, committed to the vision. And the best thing about having Marty Schottenheimer is no matter how he does in year one or even year two, there's still going to be a year three. And the option for year four might still come. Because even if we have a bad first season, that's not going to mean anything at all. No matter how many wins or losses we get, as long as it's more than four, right? There'll be no complaints, right? So there's nothing to push for, to expect from Marty Schottenheimer in this first year. And if it's a bad year, then it's a bad year. If the second year comes and he has a bad second year, well, you can't make it all happen in 2 years. He's Marty Schottenheimer. We can't be afraid to not keep him. We have to wait and see. So year two is done. And if there's still no improvement, there will still be a need for Marty Schottenheimer. Even if they need to start to find another head coach, they wouldn't do it until after year three or halfway through year two if everything was going just terrible. So I'm sure Marty Schottenheimer sees 3 years guaranteed because they can't keep going through coaches, and they know that, and they're willing to commit to it, and so is he. So that's that's the vision that they have, and that's the vision I see, and I understand it, and I'm happy for it because game management is what I think we needed most on the football field. Our players work, our players get in there and try to make it happen, and we've been in good positions, and we could have, should have won a couple of games that we missed because of bad game management. I mean, you know, that KC game that we lost with the snap to the chest, that shouldn't even have had a chance to be snapped. It should have been they should have been kicking the field goal from that instant. They shouldn't have put themselves in this. See, that's the thing. You don't put yourself in a situation for something to go wrong when everything's going right. And he did that, and now he's not working for the franchise anymore, which is what it is. We got Marty Schottenheimer, and we're moving forward from there. We got what's that? Steve Spagnick, whatever. He's he seems like a decent dude. He got a good head on his shoulders. Seems like he talked favorably about his wife and his high school coach, which I thought was a genuine type statement. So there's that part about him. We'll see what he can do when it comes down to the actual GM and finding keys to the team that'll help build us for the future. That's the excitement. The excitement's back. The time to guess and theorize and the predict has come. And I'm good. I'm good with that because that's really all I can do. I don't got a lot of information for you. I can't barely remember our head coach's name. And I think I'm saying the wrong coach every time I say it. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it. But shoot, that's what I'm here for. I got the commentary, I got my ideas and prediction about the future, and I got, my analysis. And hopefully, I got the type of personality that makes you want to sit through this because it's all about the personality and the analysis. And in these situations, there is no analysis to analyze until we got our head coach, our general manager, and, well, we can just start guessing from here. And guess number one is that we're going to go get a running back and offensive lineman in the draft. So, silver lining is that we're back. Back to the times of speculation. Now it's time to look toward the draft. Now we can look at the college football Pro Bowl and every the Senior Bowl, sorry, and all that good stuff. The time has come. Let's go ahead, celebrate, get excited, and start speculating. Let's see how many people can be wrong. Let's see if I can still be right. I've been pretty good with it so far. We'll see how it happens. All right. But thanks for watching. No, it's been a second before this one, but yeah, I'm trying. I'm getting back on it. I'm running the horse. We're doing the damn thing. I just haven't been able to do the damn thing in a damn minute. But those minutes have passed, and I believe that that project should be finished, and I should be back on track like a derailed train. That didn't sound very good, but you know what I'm saying. Uh, Outside of that, you know, hopefully we can win with Marty, but we can't win them all. The clouds get dark. So when you're looking for the bright side, come to the silver lining. I got analysis, and I got insight, personality, and that's it. But I hope you like it. Guru out.